Hello, how are we? Welcome. It's me, John, aka Nosy. I've no idea if I'm going to be joined by anybody this evening. It's a very spontaneous thing. I came up with the idea of doing a live stream this evening. Mostly because I haven't done a live stream on either of my channels for a while. The last one I did was, I think it was it was pre-TF Nation, which was the last time I did one of these. So that was like back in August. It's been a bit since I've done one, and I want to kind of get back into doing live streams on both my channels, my John Knows Vlogs as well as this one. But yeah, I've been a bit absent from my channels for the past. Yeah, I've been a bit absent from both my channels because I've been kind of nursing a bit of a bad cough and cold for the past 3 weeks now. I'm probably in the third week. I've got some different type of cough medicine that I got today, earlier today, this afternoon. And so I'm going to be taking that, which I think is actually a bit more better for the type of cough I've got. I thought I had a chest infection. I don't think I do have a chest infection. I think it's actually more of a dry, tickly cough kind of thing. So, yeah, I've changed my cough medicine to a different one, and I've only had it once, and since then I haven't coughed. So I think I might have hit the nail on the head with that cough mixture that I got. It's a bit annoying because sometimes I don't exactly know what kind of cough I've got when it happens. Sometimes some people are like, how do you not know what kind of cough you've got? But sometimes you don't, because sometimes just having a tickly cough, or with me, I get a lot of chest infections. I get like a lot things like stuff like resting on my chest and causing me to cough, and I start coughing things up, which isn't very nice. So I start coughing things up and stuff up and everything, and that's usually my kind of like my red flag that it's possibly is a something chesty, like a chest infection. So I end up getting chest infection stuff to kind of help target the chest infection, and then it doesn't seem to really do anything, and then I eventually think, right, okay, it must be a tickly cough that I've got rather than a chest infection. So, you know, sometimes it can get a bit confusing of what exactly you've got, but I know there is a type of cough medicine you can get called Bronchostop or something like that, which it basically helps with both types, regardless of what kind of cough it is. Could be bronchitis, it could be cold and flu, dry or chesty or whatever. It don't matter which kind of cough it is, it will help you regardless. So, but I was going to get a bottle of that today, but it's not it's not very cheap. It's like 11 quid for a regular sized bottle. And I was like, I ain't paying 11 quid for cough medicine. Sorry. I'd rather cough up a lung and die than pay 11 quid for something that is nothing more than just basically just liquidized paracetamol, really. So I've got some Cavonia. That's how you pronounce it. Cavonia. Cough medicine with clout. So I've got some of that, but I've actually got it for a dry cough, tickle cough, which is also to help with sore throats as well. So see how I go with that. And I also got some Immunium. I've also got some immune system. There we go. I just jinxed myself. I said I haven't coughed for a bit, and that was the first time I've coughed since having that bit of cough medicine. But certainly is better than it was. But certainly a lot better than it was compared to last night and the night before. Because I've been off sick from work as well. As of yesterday, I rung in sick yesterday morning. Because my kind of work, I work alongside raw foods, and for health and safety and everything. And if I've got flu, anything like like severe flu symptoms, sickness, and going to the toilet, things of that nature, then I have to at least have 48 hours off. From ringing in sick, it's 48 hours, so 2 days. To try and get whatever bug that's going around, to try and help with getting some sort of medication into my system so I can go back to work. So, yeah. Well, there's nobody watching as of yet, but I am kind of doing this a bit earlier than I was. I was planning on doing this about 7 o'clock originally, but I thought to go a little bit earlier because, well, my dad will be coming on this computer at some point for 8 o'clock to talk to his girlfriend. Because me and my dad will both share this computer now. My dad uses Skype and that to talk with her. So I'll be coming off probably latest of about 7:30 on the stream. So I'd say either 7 to 7:30. So it gives me a good hour and a half to have a chat with anyone if anyone does come in. If nobody does come in, then I'm just going to talk to myself for the remainder of the stream, because it seems I'm hitting a bit of a brick wall with people at the moment. It could just be my imagination. I hope it is my imagination playing tricks on me, but it seems as of late, people that were very open, very talkative with me seem to have gone very quiet. I'm not going to name names because, end of the day, I don't want any drama. It's probably just me overthinking things, or people have just been busy. It's one of those things. Whatever, there's usually a reason for something. But like I say, obviously I have been a lot quieter with my channels. I haven't uploaded for about 3 weeks. I haven't done a review for about 3 weeks. And I did a vlog, I think, last week, or was it a couple of days ago? But yeah, I've been very absent on my channels. And this is the first live stream since TF Nation in August, since August, should I say. So yeah, I haven't been very active as of late. So obviously people would have moved on and gone elsewhere, but whatever. But yeah, I'm just going to talk to myself aimlessly until anybody wants to pop on. I understand people work during the week. I mean, I'm doing this during the week. I usually do live streams on a Friday. Fridays seem to be kind of where people seem to be more available. But I thought to do it today, get it out the way. But once I'm no longer live, this is going to be watchable anyway. You could say this is like a vlog. It becomes like a normal, regular video. But yes, but what have I been up to? Besides nursing a cough and cold. Well, I've been working. Obviously, I haven't been working since yesterday because I rung in sick because of this because I was back and forth to the toilet middle of the night multiple times and during the day. Today, my stomach's a lot better. A lot better. I haven't been to the toilet. Well, actually, I haven't been to the toilet at all today. So whatever, because the tablets I was taking, obviously I've done a really good job with that. So luckily my stomach seems to have eased. I have eaten as well. I had a sandwich earlier on and it hasn't repeated on me, so that's good. But yes, I've got one person watching. Hello to you, whoever you are. Feel free to anybody that comes in. You're more than welcome to join in the comments. You're more than welcome to join in the comments, and we can have a little chit chat. chit chat about whatever. We can talk films, we can talk toys, we can talk Transformers, we can talk whatever. Really, that's the type of streams I do. I don't have a specific thingy with my streams. My streams are just as is. Well, yeah, so what have I been up to? So, yeah, I've been watching a hell of a lot of anime recently. I haven't been doing anything Transformers related. I haven't bought any more Transformers since TFM. I haven't bought any new ones since TFM. I have had a look around my local shops. We've got a Forbidden Planet now in Hull, finally. I've been crying out for a Forbidden Planet to come to Hull. And we finally do have one, but unfortunately, I can't really afford to buy anything in there at the moment because their prices are a bit ridiculous. I think anyone that has a Forbidden Planet near them will understand that Forbidden Planet's prices are not necessarily the cheapest. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but they always kind of put everything, all their stuff up is like a premium. All the Transformers are the set price as well. Like a little Legends deluxe class figure is like as much as a Voyager. There's literally their prices. I mean, literally when you get like a Legends class, deluxe, Voyager, leader, they are all usually got like their own prices. They're all like within their own price bracket. So like say for instance, a Legends class figure, say it costs about 12 quid on launch, maybe 15 quid at a push. And then a deluxe is probably about 20 to 25 quid. And then a little like a Voyager, I would say probably around about between 30 to 40 quid within that region. And then once you go to leader class, you're looking at between 50 to about 100 quid, depending on what character it is in leader class. You know, for instance, if you have like say Mixmaster, Motormaster, when they released the Stunticons, when Motormaster came out, because obviously he was a toy with the trailer as well. So he was, I think he was between 80 to £100 on launch. I think I bought him for about 95 quid, I think, when he came out, Motormaster. So like I said, the prices are up and down depending on what size class, but I've noticed with Forbidden Planet, their price brackets are like mostly for their Legends and their Deluxes, they are the same price. So I'm not going to pay over 20 quid for a Legion class figure. I can understand it maybe for a Deluxe-ish to a degree, but I'm not going to pay the same price as a Deluxe for a Legend, as a Deluxe class for a Legends class. But I've noticed the price bracket is a little bit high. Hey, Jace is here. How you doing, my friend? Yo, mate. Hope you are good. I'm very good. Thank you very much. Not too bad at all. It's good to hear from you. It's been a while since we've had a little chat of some description. I hope you're well. I hope Wendy's well as well. I just use eBay or Amazon. That's it. Easy as pie. Yes. Yeah, to be honest, I buy most of my figures online. Mostly because the figures that I generally do want aren't really available in my local area, or never have been available in my local area. So even though there, we do have, we do have some toy shops and everything, but they are very, very limited. They are very limited with stock. So I usually buy my figures between either from Kapow or In-Demand Toys. They're usually the two sites that I usually buy from. Amazon, I have bought a couple of things off Amazon. And I used to quite a bit of my. I used to use eBay quite a lot, but you got to be real careful with eBay because you don't exactly know what you're buying. Somebody might say it's an authentic G1 figure or whatever, but it's actually probably just it's either one of the knockoffs. It could be a knockoff, or it could be a. It could either be a knockoff, or it could be one of the the re-releases, reissues. There we go. Could be a reissued G1 figure, something like that, and you won't know until you actually get it in hand, and then you look underneath and see what the copyright year is. That's one of the ways to find out when it's an authentic G1 figure, for instance, is when you look underneath, it says 1984 or 85, 86 or whatever. Hey, you collect 75. Collector Graham, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're well, my friend. Comics and Cocktails are pretty good. Yeah, I've heard of Comics and Cocktails, but I've never actually used them. It's good to know that you've had a good experience shopping with them. I might give them a try. I usually use In-Demand or Kapow. They're literally the two that I've never had a problem with service, and everything I've bought I've received, and in good condition. So I've never had a problem with either of those two. But Comics and Cocktails I have heard of, but I will certainly keep that in mind. So, how's everybody been? How are you, Jace? So, how's things been with you? And how's you, Graham? How's everything been with you two guys? Have you been up to much? Have you bought anything recently? Any new additions to the collections? Or have you been to see any films recently? Just let's have a general chat. There we go. Graham again. They are a bit cheaper than most of the sites and offer free postage on everything regardless of price. Wow. That is good. That is good. Because obviously, usually you're saving at least between £2 to maybe £3 to £5 on postage alone there. So yeah, that's good. Well, I'm watching Maximum Overdrive tonight with my son. Very cool. Nice one. Yeah, it is why I use them. Yeah, that is awesome. Actually, you know what? I might actually give them a check out in the future if I'm looking for something. I do have a couple of figures on pre-order through In-Demand. I have got a couple things on order through In-Demand. I've got the new what's his name? The figure. The Beast Wars Combiner. Is it Not Predic? Is it Predicus? Not Predicus. Let me find out. There it is. If it wants to work. Magmatron. There we go. Magmatron. I've got Legacy Magmatron on pre-order because I don't have a Magmatron. I don't have an original Magmatron. It is a figure I've wanted to pick up for a while, but I thought, well, I don't have the original, so I thought it'd be a good idea to, probably pick up the new one. So I've got Magmatron, Legacy Magmatron on pre-order, and I've also got Masterpiece Beast Wars Rhinox on pre-order as well. That was a big. Shall I press that button because he's not cheap? He's over £200. and that's a lot of money to pay on a toy. I must admit, that is the most I have ever paid out for one Transformer. Yeah, the most I've ever. That is literally the most I've paid for a Transformer. That might be a surprise to some people to hear, because obviously some people would have paid a hell of a lot more for a figure than that. But obviously with the Unicron figure that came out and everything, that was what, nearly £1,000, over 1,000. But yeah, 200 over. Was he about two? It was over 200 quid anyway. But to be honest with you, I love Rhinox as a character. I don't buy Masterpiece figures very often. I don't actually own that many Masterpiece figures anymore. I actually got rid of quite a few of my Masterpiece figures because of I was struggling for money at the time. I was out of work. I used to have Masterpiece Megatron and Shockwave and Soundwave. I don't have either of those anymore. All I have Masterpiece is 2 versions of Masterpiece Primal from Beast Wars. I have the original bit, the one that's based off the more that's cartoon accurate. I've got the cartoon accurate Masterpiece Primal, and I've also got the one that's more based off the original toy. So I've got those 2 versions. I've also got a knockoff Masterpiece Ravage. And that is pretty much it for Masterpieces. So I want to try and collect more of. I want to try and get all the Masterpiece Beast Wars figures if I can that are currently released. Obviously, I need Dinobot. I need Cheetor. I used to have Cheetor. I got rid of him. So I need to get Cheetor again. I need to get Black Arachnia. I need to get Dinobot and Megatron. So I need to try and track them down at some point. Let's catch up with the chat here. Excuse me. Alpha Prime, how are you doing, my friend? How's everybody? Thought this was on at 7, but I made it. Yeah, sorry, man. I originally was going to go on at 7 o'clock, but I decided to go on at 6. Mostly because my dad will be talking with his girlfriend. Me and my dad share this computer. This is my computer. This is in my bedroom, but my dad uses it to talk to his girlfriend on Skype. So he usually does that about 8 o'clock. So I'm gonna be going live till about 7, half 7 latest, so that my dad can use the computer. So I thought to go an hour earlier than I originally planned. So I apologise for any confusion there. I did, and I should have acknowledged that, to be honest. Alpha again. I am rewatching Hunger Games this week, ready to watch the new movie coming out tomorrow. Yeah, Hunger Games. I haven't watched those films since I have seen them. Obviously, I've seen all of them, but yeah, it's not massively. It's not personally my jam, really. I mean, obviously, each to their own and all. But yeah, the Hunger Game films. I went to see all of them. I've never read the books. But yeah, I've never read the books, but I would like to. I might maybe check out the new one. I don't know. The trailer hasn't really done anything for me. The trailer doesn't look that spectacular, but you can't always go by trailers because it's probably been very careful not to reveal too much. Which okay. But yeah, sweet. I mean, the last film I went to see was Five Nights at Freddy's, which I was a little bit thinking with. I've been following up the Five Nights at Freddy's video games for quite a while, especially the lore stuff, like the videos people making on YouTube within the fan base, and it's actually quite interesting looking into like the story of FNAF, of the FNAF games and everything, and how it all connects and supposedly connects and things. And but so I've been waiting for this film for a while, a live action version of it, and I will give it credit. I will give the Five Nights at Freddy's film credit where it's due. Yeah, so I will give credit where it's due with the setting. I was very, very impressed with the setting, with the sets. They looked very, very close to the environment of the first game. When you go, obviously it looks very, very close. They did a good job there, and the animatronics were fantastic. They looked absolutely brilliant. I thought, Freddy, Foxy, Chica, and Bonnie, I thought they looked really, really good. It's just for me, what I didn't really like, and I thought was very generic, was the story. It just didn't work for me. They changed the story to the point of, let's just follow a private battle, like private behind closed door battle, or thing that's going on in the security guard's personal life, which the games never really go into. I understand they have to change things to make it work for a film, what you call filler. They have to do stuff like that for filler in order for it to work as a film, but it was a very generic story. And it was just like him kind of like, you've been taken away from this curse, these children ghosts that are in the animatronics and stuff, and you've been taken away from that kind of environment to basically sit in an office while they talk about custody of a little girl. And I'm like, this doesn't work well. This just feels like a generic horror film plot, which it was. And it just doesn't feel like Five Nights at Freddy's, but even though it was. But hey ho. It has done very well, though, Five Nights at Freddy's film. It has done very well. Had a really decent opening weekend, which I don't think they was expecting, but it's done quite well for them. Some love between Graham and Alpha Prime. Loving your vids at the moment. Yeah, Alpha Prime's videos are awesome. So, where are we? Jace, I'm chilling with this and a book, on the book of Boba Fett. Nice one. Yeah, I want another season for Book of Boba Fett. Now the cat's looking at me like, how dare you call him Set? He's Fett. Yeah, you could go. But yeah, the Book of Boba Fett. I enjoyed it to a degree, but it just didn't feel like Boba Fett that I know. From like the books and from the comic books, he's a much harder character. I think they kind of made him a bit of a soft touch a little bit in his own series that they did, Book of Boba Fett. And I also think they did him dirty because he was supposed to be in season 3 of The Mandalorian. But apparently it just never happened. He was supposed to be in it, but this didn't happen. So, yeah, whatever's going to happen in the future, I don't know. I don't know whether he might come into Ahsoka season 2, or if he might come into season 4 of The Mandalorian, or if he might just be, or he might come into the big theatrical film Dave Filoni's doing called the Mandoverse film, which is supposed, basically all the storylines we've had connected to the Mandalorian. All the series that are connected to the Mandalorian, it's all leading to one big conclusion, and it's going to be a big theatrical conclusion, a big theatrical film, and it's going to be directed by Dave Filoni, which I'm very excited about. So it's all leading towards that. So yeah, so he might come up, he might appear in that. I don't know. But I want my boy Boba Fett to get the respect he deserves. You know, when he first appeared in Mandalorian season 2, I think, when he first appeared in The Mandalorian, he was badass. They got him perfect in when he first debuted, when he first come back. You know, when he's trying to find his armor, and he tracks down that sheriff character who's got his helmet and his chest plate and his rocket pack or whatever. So he manages to track down his uniform, and then he finds out about, you know, he goes and finds Mando, and then he has an awesome fight with the stormtroopers where he basically just takes them out with his staff and everything. Is fucking badass. You know, so that was absolutely fantastic when he first appeared, and I thought, that is Boba Fett that I love. That is Boba Fett. And then when they finally said that it's finally going to get his own series, and I just think, yeah, they did him dirty, and I think they need to try and do something again with him. Excuse me. Collector 75. I need to watch series 3 of The Mandalorian. Yeah, season 3 is good. I think seasons 1 and 2 is better. Seasons 1 and 2 are kind of very good. Season 3 is good. It has some good moments, but it feels more like it's not about the Mandalorian isn't really in it as much. It seems to be kind of following that other lass from I've forgotten her name. The other Mandalorian character, I've forgotten her name now. But yeah, so it seems to kind of follow more her character in season 3, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's obviously they're setting up something. But yeah, it's good. This is the way. Oh yes, absolutely fantastic show. Oh yes. That it is, Jace. What about third-party Transart figures? Transart, yeah. I've actually got one of the Transart figures, which is I've got the I'll get him. I've got this guy. I believe is one of the Transart figures. I might be wrong. But this is obviously Beast Wars Ravage. But it's one of the third-party Masterpiece versions. Yeah. Really cool. Really nice figure. But this is, I don't have many of the Masterpiece figures at all, to be honest. But yeah, he's really cool. But yeah, I want to try and get. But like I say, I've got Masterpiece Rhinox on pre-order, which is not the most cheapest of toys. But at the end of the day, it's not a child's toy. It's an actual adult proper collectible, as you know. So, but I'm very excited to get my hands on him, even though he's expensive. I just hope quality control's good on him. I will literally be absolutely heartbroken if I end up with a malfunctioned, bad quality controlled Rhinox after I've paid all that money out. So I hope he has both the right feet and all the connections and everything is all good on him. To be honest, when it comes to Masterpiece figures, I don't play with them like my regular toys because they're not really meant to be played with constantly. They're meant to be display pieces, really. Obviously, you can play with them a little bit for review purposes, I guess, but you got to be quite careful with them because even though they have got like meant to have much better quality parts, sometimes it can, there might be. The hinges and the joints might kind of have a slight problem. They might, So you've had some horror stories with some. I've had of some horror stories with Masterpiece toys. Some of them being completely just snapped in half and arms coming off and stuff like that. So we'll just have to wait and see. But that figure's not going to be out. I believe that's out around about June, July time next year, according to the release date for that. So it's a ways off yet, but I've got him pre-ordered, and I've got Legacy Magmatron on pre-order as well. So haven't bought any bots for ages. Got no room at the min. Yeah, I don't have any room either, but yeah, I still keep buying them. But yeah, I'm going to have to probably have a sort through my collection and get rid of figures I'm not bothered with. There's a couple of figures that I can live without. So I might have a little bit of a sort out and get rid of figures I don't really care about or not really that bothered about having anymore. Just try and get a bit of get some room into the equation. I've still got a little bit of room still in my glass Detolf behind me. Still got at least a good shelf and a half of space on that. But everywhere else is pretty much chocker with figures. It doesn't help when a big majority of my collection is made up of Beast Wars and Transformers Prime. They're the two largest toy lines I own or I've bought into. Well, to be honest, with Transformers Prime, I actually got gifted quite a lot of them. A fair few of the figures I got gifted from other people. And I've kind of bought a few over the years myself. But yeah, it's not good. Space is always a problem when you're a collector. Alpha Prime, all good, bro. I made it. That's all that matters. I love these live hangouts with you. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's good to get back to some sort of normality with doing streams. I miss doing the streams because I only get to see people once a year, possibly at TF Nation. That's if that person's going that year as well, depending on who that is. And I usually don't see anyone in person for a while, and the only way for me to keep in contact, or was to keep in contact, was doing either these live streams or Facebook Messenger, or, like that kind of thing. But yeah, it's difficult to come in contact with people, unfortunately. I know way too many people. I know that sounds like I'm taking a piss there, but well, I am kind of. I'm saying it in jest, but I do know quite a lot of people, and I've met a lot of people over the years. And even though I am blessed and very thankful for knowing all those people, and even the people that are in the stream right now talking to me. I know quite a lot of people, and I'm very, very thankful and appreciative for that. But it's very difficult. It creates a problem of trying to keep in contact, regular contact, because it becomes virtually impossible unless you actually see them in person. And thank you, TF Nation. That is one way of me able to do that with quite a few of them. But yeah. I feel I'm very happy to finally get back to it with doing these live streams. I've missed them. I miss doing them. So I'm very happy to get back to it, and hopefully this bloody get this cough and cold out the way. As you can tell, I'm coughing up a lung again. If I talk for too long, it aggravates it. So. But we'll see how things go. Yes, Prime. Alpha Prime, not overly excited about the Marvels or Madam Web. No, I'm not either. To be honest, I do enjoy the MCU. I have enjoyed what has come out in the past, especially the first couple of waves or phases, should I say. I feel a lot of the most recent films have like failed, except for the Spider-Man ones. The Spider-Man films seem to be pretty much the golden standard, compared compared to some of the others. Yeah, I wasn't overly keen. I won't say I didn't like it, but it wasn't the best. The second Black Panther film, it was all right. I mean, obviously, I give it respect where it was due. They did it to honor and to respect uh, the Chadwick Boseman, who died in real life. So they did that film to kind of like give pass the torch on to another character to be the Black Panther, and also to honor and respect the actor that passed away, which I understand. So I understand why they made the film in the first place and what the whole point of the film was, more or less to honor him and try and carry on the story, or what they're working on. But I didn't think it was as good as the first one. And then obviously a lot of the TV stuff coming out recently hasn't really wowed me either. I haven't finished Loki season 2. I am about 2 episodes into Loki season 2. I need to finish it. So I might try and finish that over this weekend. Try and get caught up with that. I need to see Marvels because obviously it's a major film when it comes to setting up what's going on. But it's an absolute mess at Marvel at the moment with the MCU stuff. I mean, they were working towards Kang Dynasty, weren't they, as one of the big conclusion films, Avengers films, and it's looking like it's no longer going to be Kang Dynasty anymore. It's looking like they're changing course of what that film's going to be. The director that was connected to that film has walked away from the film, so that film is pretty much kind of completely in shit streets. So it's going to be completely different. Even the script and everything's been rewritten as well, because it's no longer going to be Kang Dynasty. So the whole process has just been wiped clean and started from scratch again for that. So yeah, they've fucked up somewhere along the lines. I mean, even though I do enjoy the Marvel stuff, but I think they've gone a bit too far with it, in my opinion. I don't want to be a party pooper or a boomer, because anyone over a certain age bracket has an opinion, you're automatically a fucking boomer. But no, it's kind of, it's kind of one of those things, is that, even though I do enjoy Marvel, the live action MCU stuff, but I just think it's gone on for too long. Obviously, there's a bit of a breakdown of communication, or something's going wrong behind closed doors at Marvel and at Disney. And yeah, it's looking a bit bad, really. It's looking a bit bad. But we'll see. I mean, like I say, I will probably check out Marvels, but I'll probably wait till it's on Disney Plus. And Madam Web, I'm not too sure about Sony, because Sony usually, they've kind of messed up a couple of the films, Marvel films, Sony. I don't mind the Venom films. Some people don't like them, but I don't mind Venom 1 and 2. I thought that was all right, for Sony anyway. And obviously, so yeah, I will check out Madam Web and Marvels, but I'll probably might wait until they're on Disney Plus, or I might maybe, if I feel a bit better over the weekend, I might just go and see Marvels at cinema. It might be boring, it might be shit. I might want to get my money back afterwards, or I might want to just put a red hot poker in my eye afterwards. I don't know, but we'll wait and see how I feel. Collector 75, Willy's Wonderland did a way better job. Yeah, I saw your comment on my vlog, Gareth, Graham. Sorry. Yeah. Willy's Wonderland. Yeah, I watched that on Prime Video about probably about a couple months back, and yeah, that was a fun film. That was certainly a fun film. What's funny about it is that it doesn't even talk. I love it. It's just Nicolas Cage, completely mute, literally no dialogue whatsoever, going around killing these animatronic animals. But yeah, obviously it's most likely a rejected script because they also did the Banana Splits film as well. They did the horror film based on Banana Splits with animatronic people in suits sort of approach, and that was believed to have been a rejected FNAF script as well. It was mentioned about. I mentioned so yeah. So we had Willy's Wonderland and the Banana Splits film that were very similar to the concept of FNAF. Hey, baby girl. But yeah, I will admit the Willy's Wonderland was definitely a lot more enjoyable. It was definitely more fun. Jace, got to go till all I want. All. Thank you very much for joining us. Till all I want. Thank you very much for taking a couple of half an hour or so of your time. It's been good to catch up with you. Take care. Yeah, Alpha Param. Yeah, you're right. That is Transart's Ravage. Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, I've had it for a while. I do like the Transart figures. They do look really nice. I would like to get Transart Cheetor as well. They've done a Transmetal 2 Cheetor. They've done a fair couple figures. They look really, really nice, actually. Masterpiece is getting so freaking expensive. It is, I know. Like I say, I mean, yeah, Rhinox is not cheap at all. And to be honest, Megatron isn't cheap either. And it's difficult to get hold of the official ones as well. It's difficult to get hold of the official ones. You can get hold of the primals pretty easy, but Megatron and Dinobot are very difficult to pick up, especially in good condition and official, not knockoffs. So I would like to get Masterpiece Dinobot and Cheetor. Dinobot, Cheetor, and Megatron, which and also there's a Black Arachnia Masterpiece as well. That are currently released. I've also got a knockoff Masterpiece Pterosaur as well. I've had that for a while. I just remembered. Hey, nice one. Pre-ordered Rhinox 2 myself. Oh dear. Yeah, this is expensive. I want them to give us the full Season 1 cast at least. That would be good. Yeah, there's not enough Predacons being released. It's all been pretty much all... we've had Megatron. Dinobot is kind of a mixture, because obviously started off as a Predacon and became a Maximal. So, but still, we've only got Megatron, Black Arachnia, and that's it, I think, for Predacons Masterpiece. So the rest of them are pretty much all Maximal. So it would be nice if we could get an official Masterpiece Pterosaur, Tarantulas, Silverbolt, Depth Charge would be cool as a Masterpiece. And it would be good to at least get the Season 1 core Maximal Predacon cast. That would be cool. I don't have the room for all of them, but it would still be cool. But we'll see how we go. Later's all. Have to pick up the wife from work. No worries, man. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. It's been nice to chat with you and catch up. Take care of yourself. Hope to see you in the future at TFN or whatever. Yeah, the Spidey movies have been great, but yeah, the latest movies haven't really excited me at all. No, they haven't me. Yeah, there's something going on. I mean, you can definitely tell within like the quality of the writing. You can definitely see that there's kind of a mixture, like a mixture of priorities. Like, kind of like someone's got a different mindset to somebody else that's working on the movie, and I think it's a mixture of Disney. I think Disney are trying to really pushing for something, and even though it's a Disney Marvel, even though it's a Disney, Disney and Marvel kind of partnership, I don't know if I think Disney might operate all of it. I don't know. But it does feel like Marvel want to go in a certain direction, and it's almost as if Disney's either causing a problem or it's the other way around. You can definitely see there's something going on. Hey, Ages Collection of Reviews. Hi, hello, how are you? And latest Graham. Yeah, you can go for it. TFK, may I have permission to mention a great seller to buy Transformers from? Go for it if you wish. As long as it's not a bogus. Well, I won't post it if I feel it is bogus. But you go ahead. Alpha Prime. Yeah, I will definitely watch them, but just not rushing out to see them at all. Like in the past, yeah. Same here. I mean, to be honest, I think the general public are getting a bit sick of them. I think just even the general public aren't going to, they're not getting the bums on seats. I think Marvel's has had literally the worst opening weekend for a Marvel film in history of them coming out, which kind of speaks volumes, is that they're getting a bit sick of the whole pandering. I'm not going to go down political stuff, but there's a reason. I think part reason is people have a problem with Brie Larson, who plays Captain Marvel. I've heard a few stories about Brie Larson, like cancelling people left, right, and centre, and very outspoken about certain things, and some people do not like her, and yeah. So I think part of the issue with Captain Marvel, the Captain Marvel film, and this film is mostly down because of Brie Larson. Why people probably aren't bothered about going to see the film. I mean, I'm just assuming that I might be wrong, but it's just what I've been hearing on the it's what I've been hearing over the interwebs. Transart are doing Silverbolt, I believe. Yeah, I think they are. Yeah, they've done a Black Arachnia. They've done Tarantulas. They've done a fair few of the figures so far, and they've done Cheetor. Need Scorponok too. Yeah, definitely. It would be nice to have a masterpiece, a nice masterpiece Scorponok. That would be good. The lack of Stan Lee's input is definitely starting to show, I think. Before Stan Lee passed away, the quality of the MCU films were much better. Now that he's gone, it's almost like, well, he's no longer there anymore. We can do what we like. And the general public and the proper comic book fans that know about, the comic book fans that know about Marvel and DC and, well, Marvel, that followed the comic books and know about the different storylines and everything that's going on, like Secret Wars and all that. All the different things that they're working with. The people that understand it, they're starting to notice mistakes and starting to notice stuff going on. So yeah, it's almost as if the quality has gone down. It has definitely gone down since Stan Lee passed away, unfortunately. The Tarantulas looks so tempting. Yeah, it does. I mean, I can't afford any more figures for now. I've also I've had on pre-order the HasLab. Is it Deathsaurus? Deathsaurus from yeah, Deathsaurus. I think it's Deathsaurus. I remember backing him on the HasLab backing. So official pictures of that figure has actually been released now online of more of a finished figure. So I can't remember. I believe I have backed him. So that potentially could also be a figure on the way to me, which another one that isn't very cheap. But that would be nice to have him next to Star Saber and Victory Leo, which I've got as well. Yeah, looking forward to getting Deathsaurus. Yeah, yes, he is going to be a very, very cool figure. I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did back him. I remember when the Kickstarter thing started. So go for the funding thing. So, but yeah, it's been a while since I actually did that. It's been a while. But yeah, so it's finally starting to get images of that figure. So hopefully my pre-order is still on their files, but I'll find out eventually. If I get a shipping notice. I think I remember you saying you had backed him too. Yeah, well, thanks for. Yeah, I believe I did, but it's been a while, and yeah, stuff's gone on since I backed it. So work and everything, so it's kind of like been out of my mind for a bit until recently. Also, TFK, your videos are really cool too, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, my friend. I'm glad you enjoy the stuff I do. But yes. But yeah, it's getting very expensive. It's always has been. Obviously, collecting is collecting in any of its forms, depending of what you collect. If it's Transformers, it doesn't necessarily have to be Transformers. Could be anything. It is an expensive hobby, regardless. It always has been. Video game collecting, Star Wars, Lego, comic books, whatever. It is an expensive hobby, regardless, and always has been. But I think it's a lot more expensive now because of like prices for materials that is used in the toys and that, and driving prices up. So it's kind of like it's even more expensive. Just like a standard deluxe class, you're looking at nearly 30 quid a pop. It's ridiculous now. I mean, I remember buying a deluxe figure for about between £10 to £15 at one point. About maximum was about 15 quid for a deluxe. Yeah, I remember those days. That wasn't too long ago either. It was only about 15 years ago, something like that. But 10 or 12 years ago maybe. Buying deluxe figures for a fraction of the price they are now. It's ridiculous, really is. Yeah. And I remember buying a massive Unicron, San Diego Comic Con. I've got him still. The Armada San Diego Comic Con 2010 release, Unicron. I remember when he released, and he was only 100 quid. Nowadays, if that figure had released, it would be about 180, 200 quid. Prices when I started out, When I started out as a collector, I started out collecting back in 2007, 06, 07. And that's when I started getting back into Transformers again, was about 07, when Transformers Animated was airing. And so I got back into it. And I remember picking up my very first figure that started the collection, which was a Legends animated Prowl, which cost me about 10 quid. I bought a little Legends animated Prowl for £10, which was the first figure I ever bought. And then I managed to pick up off eBay original Primal and Megatron from Beast Wars together. And that's where my collection started from. And I remember back then, I mean, I paid about, I think I paid 20 quid for Optimus Primal and Megatron together, all with their accessories, and in good condition, without the box, obviously, but 20 quid for two of them, for the both of them. And a lot of there was the odd figure here and there that was a little, about at least maybe maximum of about 20 quid, but compared to now, you're looking at like 25, 30 quid for a deluxe, 40 to 50 for a Voyager, and about between 60 to £100, I'd say, yeah, but maybe 60, £70. Between, I'd say, probably about 60, about 50 odd upwards, up to 100 or whatever for a leader. So it's ridiculous. The price brackets between the classes is ridiculous now. Alpha, I am at the stage of being excuse me. I am at the stage of being a lot more picky with what I buy now. Thankfully, with the prices these days. Yeah, I've always been picky though. I've always been a picky. I don't consider myself a proper collector, even though I am a collector. But when somebody's kind of labeled as a collector, they have like full collections. Like they might have like a full collection of G1, or they might have a full collection of Beast Wars, original Beast Wars, or they might have a full collection of this, or a full collection of Power Rangers, or whatever. They might have like a full collection of something. Like they have everything released, all the rares, everything. That's what I perceive as a collector. Me, I am a collector because of that. I do own, well, compared to other people out there, I have a very small, I would call it a very modest collection, because obviously it's a small room. My bedroom is very small. I don't have the wall space. I don't have like the floor space for a lot of furniture in order to kind of keep going. So unfortunately, I am very picky. I've always been very picky. I only buy figures from lines that I like. I only buy it like I said, Transformers Prime, Beast Wars, the Unicron trilogy toy lines, Universe, the basically Chug, Generations, Henke Universe, and all Generations and all that, the Chug line. I'm a big fan of the Chug line. Lines, should I say. So yeah. So I do buy into different lines, but it's kind of like I'm very picky of what characters. It's like Transformers Rise of the Beasts. I only own one figure from Transformers Rise of the Beast toy line, and that's the big ass Optimus Primal. I'm not interested really of buying into the other figures because I just not at the moment. I just don't have an interest in picking the rest of them up. But yeah, I'm very picky. I always have been a very picky collector. I only buy stuff that appeals to me and attracts my attention. And obviously, I do buy into other lines as well. I'm not completely just Transformers. You know, I like Gundam, I like Digimon, I like anime stuff, Power Rangers, and I like different lines, other different lines besides Transformers. So, so whatever, if it's like a nostalgic feeling I get from it, I will probably pick it up because I see it as I remember that from my childhood. Get it, you know. But yeah, it is getting expensive now. But I have always been a very picky kind of guy. I only buy what I like. I'm not a completist anyway. Alpha, yeah, I don't buy bots for the sake of completing the full line. I like getting characters that mean something to me. Yeah, same here, exactly the same as me. Well, guys, just to let you guys know, I will probably be coming off in about 20 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, half an hour. No, where are we? What time are we on? Yeah, about 25 minutes. I'll be coming off for the night. Mostly because my dad will be using this computer at 8 o'clock. So, so yeah, I will be on for another 20 minutes or so. So yeah, and that will be the last stream tonight. But that will bring me to about an hour and a half since I've gone live, so it's not too bad. And I've managed to connect with a few people in the chat, which I'm happy about, which has been very nice. But yes, I'll just be happy to get rid of this goddamn cold. Well, my cold is pretty much gone. My cold is pretty much gone. Like, my nose is pretty much fine at the moment, and that, but it's just my cough. My cough has been absolute pain in the ass. I've had it for going on for 3 weeks now. And that's what's kind of been putting me off with making reviews or doing videos. That's why I've been quite quiet on my channels recently. I mean, obviously, I did a video last night. I was talking about TF Nation. I did a TF Nation video last night for this channel, the TF Noza channel. And basically, it was basically talking about TF Nation's Patreon account. Trying to drum up support for the Patreon account. And yeah, so I'm just going to kind of say quickly before I finish is if anyone's interested, anyone that knows about TF Nation, and I know it's like I said in the video itself, it's trying times for people. You know, some people can't afford to just pay out money, and especially with it being a monthly subscription as well. But I think there's about 2 or 3, maybe 4 tariffs, price brackets, you know, really, really cheap. But if anyone's interested and have been to TF Nation or are thinking about going to TF Nation or have been to multiple TF Nations and enjoy it very much like myself, then I would suggest seeing if you can potentially show some support for their Patreon, TF Nation's Patreon account. It's just, I did that video last night mostly because they are trying to do a lot of behind the scenes stuff. Like, they are trying to do more additional content that involves us, the attendees. They are doing a lot more of that. They've started doing behind the scenes vlogs and constant updates in regards to the conventions next year. I watched a couple of vlogs last night. I watched one with Caloparam, David Caloparam, and talking about like the first days, couple of days, or the first weekend of back in office with planning stages and going through everything for TF Nation 2024 and also Minicom. So it's been very interesting to see those. I mean, I like the idea of behind the scenes, and it really does give you a perspective of just how much effort goes into these conventions and how much time they take out of their personal lives for it is unreal. So if anyone's interested, go and check out TF Nation's Patreon, and if you can support them, then please do. It's just they just need. I'm just trying to help them out. Of course, I'm not going to force anybody to do it, but they just kind of need a little bit more support there, and the stuff they're uploading, the stuff they're putting on their Patreon account is really, really cool. So go ahead if you wish. Oh, I've already done that one. Alpha Prime behind the scenes will definitely be awesome to see. Yeah, I mean, like I say, mate, I won't force you, but if you're interested in checking out the Patreon account, then it's a good shout. I mean, they've been talking about how they can kind of get us, the attendees, involved more. That we're talking about doing monthly Q&As. Monthly Q&As so they can kind of get proper for future events and everything. Try and get some proper feedback. They want actual criticisms, things that people don't like or would like to see improved. They want, even though they are very obviously, I sing their praises a lot, but they don't want just that. They do want what I would call creative criticism. They want some creative criticism in order to kind of help improve where they might be lacking in certain areas. So yeah, so they'll be doing some monthly Q&As, and they will be doing behind the scenes vlogs on the Patreon and also through the social media accounts as well. But it is interesting to see. But yeah, so I did that video last night, and so that was like the first video I've done on this channel besides this live stream for a good few weeks or so. Oh, excuse me. Well, yeah. Well, yeah, so like I said, I've got some new cough mixture. I think I'm due another dose of that. Once I finish this stream, I'm going to go and have another dose of it. I think, like an idiot, I got the wrong type of... I think I've been taking the wrong type of cough medicine. I think the one I got was more for a chest infection, like chesty cough. I think the one I've got is a dry, tickly cough, because it seems to be triggered. I seem to get that sensation in my throat just before I start coughing. And so it's like a dry tickle cough more than a chesty cough. So I went out earlier this afternoon and got myself some Cavonia cough medicine with clout. Sorry, I can't say Cavonia without doing the advert. But yeah, so I got some Cavonia, but it's actually for the other one. That's actually for dry cough. So I've got that. Oh yes, so I've got that. So I'm going to start over the weekend. I'm going to start dosing myself up on that. Oh yeah. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it a night in about 10 minutes or so. 5-10 minutes. Everyone's gone now anyways that was in, except for I think Alpha. So I'm probably going to call it a night, because in about 5 or 10 minutes. I was going to finish at about 7:30, but reading the stream, and you think it's getting to the point where people are probably needing to go to work, or maybe need get in the teas and wanted to get down and rest after work or whatever, or go into bed for tomorrow. I don't know. So it's getting to that point of the evening where people are probably winding down. So I probably might call it a night in about 5 minutes. So but it has been a nice stream. It's been nice to talk to you, Alpha. It's been nice to talk to you, EJA's collection reviews. Yes, it's been good to talk to you. It's good to talk to you, Alpha. It's certainly been nice to talk to Collect75 and Jace, certainly. So it's been very nice to talk to all of you this evening. Yes, it's been a nice little stream. But yeah, so thank you ever so much for the continued support on the channel, even though I have been very absent. I plan to come back very soon, resume my Transformers reviews and my vlogs, and I want to do more of these streams. I want to try and do a stream. I want to be a bit more frequent with my streams again. I don't think I'm going to do them every week. I don't think I'm going to do weekly streams. I might probably do them every couple of weeks or something like that. So it gives you a bit of a breather from them. And then it gives me time to kind of fill the gap with video reviews and things. So yeah. It was indeed. Thank you, my friend. It has been great chatting with you. Yes, it's always a pleasure, my friend, to talk to yourself and to everybody in the stream. But yes, I miss conversing with my fellow Transformers friends. Like I said earlier in the stream, I don't see many people very often. It's only like TFNs or minicons that I go to. TFN minicon only started this year, back in March, but it's happening again next year. I don't know if I'm doing TFN minicon next year. It generally depends on other alternative plans that potentially could be in the works. Because like I say, I don't have them. I just can't afford to do everything. TFN 2024, the main one in August, is my priority. I definitely will be doing that because it's the 40th anniversary of Transformers. And I'm very interested in seeing what they might have to offer for that. So, yeah. But it has been a very nice stream. I do enjoy conversing with people from time to time, and this has been a nice, fun, little chilled out stream for sure. But yeah, so I mean, like I say, I probably won't be doing. I may or may not. I'm gonna probably about January, February time. I might probably confirm if I'm definitely doing minicon or not. TFN minicon. I will probably do probably about January, February. I probably will let people know whether I'm doing it or not. I mean, like I say, Manchester's a lot closer to me than Birmingham. That's not the problem. And obviously, I know exactly where the hotel is this time around, so I'm not going to get lost again like I did this time earlier this year. So that's not going to happen again, hopefully. But they're not the problems that I'm facing. It's mostly kind of next year. There's talk about me going abroad again with a friend of mine. Probably out of Spain again or something, but that's probably going to be about maybe June, July time. But there's also a possibility of going away for a weekend as well, earlier in the year, probably either for a weekend or for a week. So I don't know exactly when that's going to be. I don't know if it's March, April, June. I don't know if it's going to be within the first 3 or 4 months of the new year. So, and obviously there's TFN in August as well on top of those two things. I just can't afford to do everything. You know, my money can only stretch so far. So, but I'll see how it can go. I mean, like I say, it's only a 1-day event. I only need a hotel room for 1 evening, which is, you know, really. But, well, technically 2, because I always travel up the day before. Because, like, even though Manchester's closer to me, it's still a good 2.5, 3-hour trip from Hull to Manchester. So yeah, so I usually always kind of, you know, travel up the day before, even with the August event and Minicon. And just like that, I'm talking about TF Nation, and look who's popped up. Hello, Billy. Hey, John. How you doing, Billy? Hope you're well, my friend. Just saw your TFN Patreon video. Thanks for the shout out. No problem, my friend. You know me, I'm always happy to help out any way I can. Yeah, I was being quite. I was purposely kind of being careful with what I was saying, because with it being Patreon and it's bonus stuff. Excuse me. You know, with it being Patreon and it's being bonus stuff, I didn't know how much you would allow me to talk about, you know, with me not actually being part of the crew. So I just wanted to just point people in the direction of the Patreon and the link. That was all I really did. I hear all. Yes, you do. But yes, but very much looking forward to see what's in store, as always. It's been, obviously, I've been following the Patreon posts that you've been doing this past week or so, the vlogs and everything. So definitely looking forward to see what you've got planned. Yeah, totally appreciate that. But it's also cool when people hear the type of things we are doing. So appreciate it. No problem. Like I say, I'm always happy to help out any little way I can. If it helps you out, if it gets you a few more Patreons out of it, then at least that's something. But yeah, thank you very much for checking it out, and I hope it does. It hasn't had many views. So I don't have many views at the moment, but it's very early days to make TFN related videos, I think. But but anyways, I'm going to head off. I'm going to head off in a couple of minutes. But it's been great to talk to you quickly, Billy. Thank you very much for coming in. Thanks also to Alpha, to everyone else that was also in the stream. Yep. Got to go, buddy. Chat soon. Stay awesome. Yeah, no problem, my friend. Thanks for coming in. But yeah, so thank you so much to Billy, to that's just come in, and to Alpha, to EJ's collection reviews, to Jace and Graham Collect 75. Thank you very much to all of you. Take care, mate. Yeah, thank you very much. Take care of yourself, and I will see you very soon, all of you. So thank you very much. Thanks for the support on the channel, as always. It's always appreciated, and I'll be back once this goddamn but once this bloody cough and everything and cold's out the way. I'll be back properly. I want to try and make live streams again a bit more frequent, and I want to, because obviously I enjoy making them because of the conversation. I can talk to people in real time, which is good. So I want to bring these back a little bit more, you know, a bit more frequent again, and get back to doing some reviews. But yeah, thank you very much for the support, and I'll be back very soon with more stuff. So take care of yourselves, everybody. Thanks again for the people in the chat. You're all awesome, and I will bid you farewell And till all our one. See you soon.